G'day, welcome. Early Crow episode, we don't know. Again, been a few of them, and it's back to the original, the A-team, Paps and I. We're going to roll through Tom's postseason, his Perth trip, and all the goings-on that is the AFL as we brace ourselves for a really good final series, potentially. It looks juicy on paper. But we'll start with just a check-in, just a mental health check. Tommy, how's the little patch been since you put on a clinic there at Optus?
Yeah, it was good. We obviously love to be playing this week, but as you know, we're not. And yeah, we enjoyed our few days off post the West Coast game. It was nice to get a win. Obviously, a bit shaky in the first half, but yeah, it was nice to get a win and enjoy a few days. It was a tough year for us. Obviously, very inconsistent. Played some good games here and there. New coach. It was a tough year for him with everything that went on. But you could see that we played some good footy throughout and beat the Premiership favourites probably 3 or 4 weeks ago and played the footy that we want to play in 2026, and that gives us confidence towards next year.
What's it like going over there for that sort of game? Like there's no sting in it. There's nothing really to play for, and the team you're playing against has less to play for. Is it a tricky one to sort of wind yourself up mentally for, and the group?
Yeah, I think like you speak about it like during the week, like it's a bit like the Essendon game. Both teams sort of dead rubber. Essendon had a lot of injuries, and we did similar stuff where we were poor throughout the game, and it was probably a bit the opposite at West Coast where we started slow and finished strong. Where at Essendon we started probably pretty strong, although the conditions were pretty ordinary there. Where the conditions were couldn't get any better at West Coast, and yeah, we started very poorly. We didn't want to start the way we sorry start the way we started. Um, we sort of spoke about how we want to play team game and by the game plan rules and things like that, and we went away from that. But half time and quarter time, even we got a fair bake from Big Cocker, and
Oh yeah,
we
they
worked.
loved it. They loved the bake on Fox Footy. Oh Jesus Christ, they loved it. I think
Yeah,
it
and
was.
then
It might have even been your new CEO. Like someone was like, no, it was that
yeah,
Premier,
Schofield.
Premiership backman for the Schofield. He was
Yeah.
like, oh, I heard it. He's going off.
Yeah. Yeah, he does get into it, Cocker, the big sprays, but yeah, I think the second half was much better. We went back to playing our footy. We were unselfish, pretty selfish sort of stuff in the first half. With sort of we wanted to go a bit slower at stage and then a bit faster, and we're doing the opposite and just to boys not listening and things like that. But it was good to finish off the second half and get a nice win.
Would you officially announce yourself in the form guide now as a dry tracker?
Dry tracker. What do you mean?
I just think you got a little bit more go about you when like conditions suit. Like I think to the Adelaide Oval, like one of the great nights, a great seeing night, beautiful deck, predictable bounce, dry, sharp, fast. Maybe your best game of all time. As you said, like you can hear it in your voice, like yucky, shitty Essendon game, yucky weather, track, Optus Oval, dry, fast, big. How many did you have?
27, 3, 6 goal assists. No, 6 score assists, sorry.
The man's barely slept, and look at him, he still knows the stats like that. That was a test, and he passed it. Oh my god, all time. That was worth it. What did those 27 touches, six score involvements, and the goals sort of mean to you post game on the flight back? Does it frustrate you that the interrupted season you had and the sort of inability through no fault of your own to put together work and consistency to have a base to launch off? It only came right at the end, and then you got the rewards. Does that really shit you, or are you going to use that as a bit of fuel to rip and tear before Christmas and in the early part of the year in the pre-season?
Yeah, it's sort of a weird sort of ending to the season. I think, me and Errol were speaking post game where we were like, geez, we're still fresh and ready to go. Like we're sort of just getting into our work. Probably middle stage of the year. I think looking at past years for me, I sort of get going around the middle stages, and that was coming up for me. I think if I look back, I come back and had a little hammy after my heel, but I sort of only trained once a week, and over the last sort of 2 weeks, I actually did a fair bit of training, the most training I've done all year, and then I go out and play my two best games of the year and play a bit more time in the midfield and things like that. So it goes hand in hand. If I train more and get more Ks during the week, get fitness, it comes out on game day. But it was good to finish off the year with a couple of good games and get some confidence going to next year. And pretty much all my exit meeting was just get my body right so I can get fit. Yeah, I think if we're all fit and doing what we're doing, me and Errol doing what we're doing, and just having a bit of a license and sort of running free and doing a few deals here and there. I think it's pretty sort of dangerous setup with Heend and Chad going through there as well. So yeah, it was good to try some things and it was good to come off in the last game.
That's midfield minutes that he's talking about, punters. The big man wants to roll through the guts a little bit more, and rightfully so. Put on an absolute clinic doing it there at Optus Oval. And Butch Bourne, my man, our man, Paps's man, tells me that Hoyne of Champion Data fame's a big, big fan of the Pap Dog rolling through the centre. So we pray to God, Zeus, Allah, Bilbo Baggins, that the body hangs together and the mind and the intestinal fortitude to sort of do what you need to do to get yourself to the training sessions and get yourself through them and grind, because it's got to get harder every single year that you rock up. But if you can put it together, who knows, huh?
So there we go.
What's it like post-game? I saw the big Pav with the snork just entering the rooms, and Errol sort of going up to Harley, going up to Coxman. Then he went to Pav third. Does he come back on the flight? Is it awkward? What's it like?
Yeah, Pav was in the rooms. It was sort of like everyone sort of end of the year, so Coxie sort of brings everyone to the locker room, have a few quiet beers with a couple of board members in there, and
What do we
obviously
drink?
we're drinking the White Bay Brewery. Yeah, we love it. Yeah,
Drink responsibly.
yeah, it was good. Sort of got around get around the players and staff and everyone else, coaches and the board members as well. So just get around them, have a beer, and sort of say thanks for the year and things like that. But yeah, obviously Coxie spoke, thanked Harles, and there'll obviously be a bigger thank you at the BNF. That's his last night, but Pav takes over then, and yeah, look forward to seeing what he can bring. And I think I think they were all up there, had a board meeting. Pav was up there, and Harles and everyone. So on the Friday night before the game, and Pav was talking some things that we want to implement next year, and yeah, look forward to it. See what he can bring.
What was it? What did it mean to you with Tom Harley? It looked like it meant a fair bit to the group. He was in the huddle when you sang the song. He was in a very sharp. He dresses super, Tom. One of the great suit operators, very sharp. He was just embracing the boys in the sweat all over that Giorgio Armani, whatever it was. Looked like it meant a fair bit to everyone.
Yeah, it was good. I think he's probably one of the best operators I've ever seen. Obviously, CEO, player, media, business. He's done it all. Leadership. The stuff he did with the leadership group this year was amazing. He just gets it and gets both sides of the field. Like you can sit on Coxie's side, but you also can see what the players are seeing. Also see what the CEOs are seeing. That the staff above, oversee sort of the commercial side. But I think if I look back to 2019 when I asked for a trade, if it wasn't for him, I'd probably be somewhere else. He was pretty stern on me staying and backed me in and thought I was very
Valuable.
valuable to the club still. And yeah, I probably wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be the player I am. So yeah, he's meant a lot to me, and he'll definitely be missed.
Awesome. So we have a couple of those. Forgot the name. A few of them in the rooms. Do we circuit in Perth, or do we get straight on to the plane and head home to Sydney?
We what do we do? We stayed at the Novotel just in the city. There's an Irish pub across the road, and then have you ever heard of Flight Club?
I've been there twice, and I don't remember. I don't remember
No,
much of either time.
Flight Club's like a dart drinking sort of setup. Like it's actually elite. It's got like sort of games of like dart game that's all electronic, and you like it's a proper board, but it's all electronic. It's done elite. We sort of had a contact through there, so we went in there in the Flight Club and had a few, and after the Irish bar, and we were out pretty early, so we left 4:30 a.m. for the flight to Sydney, and then get home about 12 o'clock and straight to Club Valley pub, and yeah, it's always a good day, the Sunday and Monday.
Anything that you can share from the Sunday and the Monday? Do you dress up?
Yeah, we
Or has
did.
that been outlawed now these days?
Nah, we were pretty tame with the dress ups, sort of duos. So sort of any sort of duo you can think of. That we're actually given our duo, so he's sort of with someone else. But I was Chewbacca and I was with Haynes. He was, I don't know, it was Darth Vader or something. But yeah, it was pretty. The dress ups are just boring. Like, I was in a Chewbacca suit and it was just hot, so I barely even wore it all day. But no,
That's
it's a
high
good day.
risk, yeah.
It's a good day. We had a band.
The
Um,
scrotometer would have been off the charts.
we actually had a hypnotist, which was pretty funny.
Really?
We won't go into too depths of that, but that was pretty funny. Never just seen that before.
All right, so it's been a bloody good time, well earned, hard
Got,
earned.
got Queenstown coming up this week with about 10 of us, so look forward to that.
Yeah, it does sound very, very good. We won't give out that list, but it does sound pretty strong. So otherwise, body's feeling pretty decent compared to where it's been.
Yeah, good. A few of us are doing some rehabilitation, sort of 2 week program with Bill Knowles. So he's a highly regarded rehab physio, sort of movement physio, in a couple of weeks. So that will get me cherry ripe towards pre-season.
Any Pilates?
There'll be plenty of Pilates in that, I would assume.
Good. When's Queenstown? The end of this week?
Yeah, leave Saturday morning. Got an early flight. Actually got business over there. Um, it's actually worked out cheaper to go fly on points through business, which is
Oh,
extraordinary.
I thought you've got I thought you were saying I've got a bit of business over there. Like I've got a few
Oh
meetings to knock over.
no, no, no. There'll be
Boys,
plenty of
just get started. I'll be back in about 3 hours. Just gonna go and have a lunch.
yeah, there'll be plenty of shit talk, not that much. But there's about 4 of us got the business seats, so we'll be drinking what are the orange and champagnes at the front. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So it'll be nice,
Is
and
that a
then we'll get
mimosa?
there, mimosa. Get there at about 12 o'clock. Should be in the pub around 1 o'clock, I reckon. New Zealand time, and then I think the first starts around 11:30 here, so it's probably perfect. And day on the punt will be nice.
So are you expecting to produce a full set for Sydney, or is it going to be relying on the dogs?
Nah, nah, full set. I'll be working hard till Friday night.
Yeah, okay. And
Could even be some like Doom, but maybe potentially.
oh, I love that. I love that. So there's a fair bit of extra spice and pressure upon the weekend set from all of us.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. Anything else planned for the off season?
Nah, I've got my Bucks obviously. Yeah, then I've got a wedding, so good.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. All right. Anything else we should talk about there before we roll into the talking points of the AFL landscape as it currently sits?
Good to go.
Have you ever seen the trade talk and the buzz just sort of go from a gentle simmer to just boiling as quick as it has in the middle of there's still 4 weeks to go and it's been cooking for a week and a half. It's pretty. It's. I think it's the fire's brighter than ever with this stuff.
Yeah, I haven't seen it like this ever, I don't think. You haven't even really heard about the finals, and they start in a couple of nights, so
Mm.
it's getting all the traction in that bye week, the trade period stuff. It's getting bigger than ever, the trade period. Everyone sort of wants to move here, there, everywhere, so I think it's actually all right. Obviously, there's a lot of hype around it, but I think the sort of game is changing a bit. NFL, NBA do a fair bit, move around a bit, but yeah, I think it's creates content for the AFL, and if I think if both parties agree, I think it's can work out all right.
Do you see a time down the track when the AFL moves to a more American style trade setup, or is the Players Association just too powerful and that'll never happen?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. Like it's tough I still find it tough if both parties don't agree. Like especially the player. Like if you say, "Nah, mate, you're going to West Coast," I'm pretty flat with that. As I'm from Victoria, West Coast, obviously not in their peak of their powers at the moment, and at Sydney, at a top four team, hopefully next year, and live in Sydney, great life, and only not that far away from Melbourne. So that's sort of the bit I sort of don't wouldn't quite agree with, but I do find I do think it's sort of a good thing that you can be able to try go somewhere else if both parties agree, that it's not frowned upon to leave your club or to get to maybe improve your footy or someone else's club's footy, or and then in turn the club that you're at might benefit from it as well. So, yeah, I like it where it is at the moment.
Do you think your opinion on that might change when you're not playing,
I don't know. It's
or
because
will
of
your like experience as a player always guide that opinion?
no. I think as a player because it would be like imagine if bloody someone come in your house and said, mate, you go on a
Mm.
bloody Tassie. It's pretty That'd be pretty tough, especially if you got family,
I think
things
it's
like
really
that. So
tough on the individual and the families and the wives and the kids. Got
yeah,
like all right, what's the average salary? Like 600 or 500.
yeah, it's getting up there now, 450, I reckon.
So there'd be a large amount of people that are sort of say cry me a river. I just think that the content and like interest it drives is that's lucrative. Like
Mm.
the NFL, that guy, that big thickie got like the biggest contract ever for a running back or something a week ago. He's moved from maybe Dallas to Green Bay a week out from the season, which I know you find staggering because of the systems. Like you guys have structure and stuff. I think theirs is probably even more complicated. He's got
Yeah, for
4 days
sure.
to learn it whilst he's moving probably how many kids he's got and his wife and whatever else. Like, I don't know, it's fascinating. What we've got in the AFL to me, which you can probably explain better, but we've got a really complicated way of communicating what's going on to the fan. So we've got players who can't say much or don't want to say much or shouldn't say much. We've got clubs that need to be smart about what they say and when they say it. And we've got managers working in the background. We've found you pushed to the front of the biggest talking point in the AFL at the moment, just about with the Charlie Curnow, the Carlton superstar, spearhead, Coleman medalist, wanting, allegedly, aggravating for a move, a trade from Carlton, maybe to Geelong, maybe to Gold Coast, and maybe to Sydney. What do you make of that? Like, what do you make of... Is everything rolling along at your expectation with your experience and knowledge of the game and how it's done?
Yeah, it's interesting because I've obviously been in a similar position as Charlie's in right now. I obviously was a little bit different. I don't know if this is true or if he is actually not happy with the football club or not happy with Voss, but for me, I was happy where I was. Like I had nothing against the club. I asked for a trade for family reasons, and obviously the club knocked it back. So when I did go back into the club, I was nervous, but at the same time, I did my duties when I went back. I spoke to Horse and had a good meeting with Horse. It was nothing against the football club. Never said anything about the football club. That I didn't like it, but it was just the fact that I asked for a trade and had to go back into the footy club, and in turn, and actually probably since then I've been a much better player. So things happen for a reason. But Charlie's a little bit different where he said that, and might get a bit dirty late if something doesn't come off for him, and he's going to have to walk back in after he's maybe said some stuff in his exit that he's not happy. So, but at the same time. Yeah, it's an interesting time for the footy world and Charlie and Carlton and the Swans. I'd be yeah, it'd be pretty nice in the forward line at the Swans, I reckon.
His manager allegedly speaks to your manager, allegedly, and everything's alleged, and then you hear things, and then because you hear this might be confirmed, the exit meeting narrative makes a bit more sense. That's where the media's at, let alone the fan. Has his management spoken to your management?
Yeah, so like usually when you go on your exit meeting, if something's going on or whatever, but my manager rang me just really wary if something comes out in the media in the next few days that your name's going to be thrown around for the Curnow stuff because of previous years. And I said, yeah, it's fine. He was pretty clear that it's not the club that wanting to do that. It's solely on their management that they're looking for someone to trade for Curnow. And I was pretty stern with him and said, mate, I'm pretty happy at the Swans, but if I'm definitely not leaving if Curnow's coming. I'll tell you
Yeah,
that much.
yeah. Like, I'm
um,
really happy it's at the Swans, and I'll be a lot happier too
yeah,
if a big, thick coal medalist wanted to come and play for us.
yeah, it'd be pretty nice. So, but yeah, look, I'd love for it to happen. It's obviously everyone knows he wants to get out of there and wants to come to the Swans or Gold Coast or wherever he wants to get to. But we're gonna have to give up a fair bit, and that comes with a bit of you're gonna lose a couple of mates and things like that, which is tough as well. So it's got to work for both parties, and I'm sure we'll be trying to do anything that we can to get him.
So to clarify, Paps is not going. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
A little bit like the Wolf of Wall Street. I ain't leaving. And I personally, as a Swans fan, has prayed to God, Zeus, Allah, Bilbo Baggins, that somehow they get it done and Big Charlie comes, because we've gotten used to like a big thickie just rolling in once every sort of
Mm.
7 years and getting the job done. Plugger, Baz, Bud, um, yeah, it's crazy, and then seeing your name thrown into it, yeah, it's a circus, and I bet that Charlie, wherever he is, I'd assume it's not Australia, is just hiding, aeroplane mode, do not disturb. Hopefully, and this is a little pearl for anyone out there, you can set a new mode on your iPhone, call it whatever you want, and you can just select a very select few people that can actually get through to your phone. So in Charlie's
Really?
case, be mum and dad, manager.
Yeah.
It sounds to me, allegedly, like Vossi is not going to be on that list. You can set a mode where you can just make all your own rules and regulations, so you can have whoever you want. Charlie needs to figure that out. Keep it. I bet you he is keeping it real hush hush. There's been a few others that are sort of talking about just whispers. It's fascinating having gotten to know you and getting a little bit more insight, and then that sort of stuff you just spoke about. You sit back and you go, I wonder if like how long Zach Merritt going to hang around at Essendon for, because they suck. They're not going to get any better, and he's a freak. He is A-grade talent. He's weight for age. Like, if there was a 8-horse race of footballers, he's in it at the moment. That's how good he is. They're really bad. There's other guys leaving. Draper might be going. There's some guy, I wasn't sure who it was, but he's leaving. Wants to leave.
Oh, Ridley.
Ridley.
He's good.
He's a gun. He wants to leave. Poor old Zach. I'm thinking, what's he doing? There was that massive offer from St Kilda last week. I'm rolling over in bed last night to have a little look. There it is. Just a little bit of footy classified. Just he's not happy. And then they get Matthew Lloyd to sort of stamp at the Essendon great. He's starting to think about it. Zach Butter's starting to think about it. It's fascinating this time of year, where they go, where they want to go. What have you heard? Anything interesting that you could share, or you could speculate upon?
It's interesting. Like, um, I think Butters is one of the top three in the league. He's got a bit of something different to,
Bit of go about him.
got a lot of go about him. And I think he's a great player. And that obviously the free agency now is where, if he was to leave now, that Port Adelaide would get more for him. The next year, because of free agency, he's got to trade all this stuff. So you can see that angle.
In a way, the free trade setup kind of sets a benchmark now for what, if you want Zach a year early, well, we know we're going to get that, so make it better.
Yeah. And it'd be very interesting if Zach Merritt got out of Essendon, especially because he's contracted. But Kane Corn, he might be right. He goes on about all these long contracts. Um, Ridley signed an extension as well.
Mm.
He does speak facts sometimes, the old Curnow. He is ruthless, but sometimes he is right. So, as a player, you do, and I was obviously involved in this, but as a player, you do sign, if you do sign 7 year plus, 5 year plus, and some things do happen, things change, you can't get out of it. So, um, yeah, it's interesting time, and for Merritt, I'd be hot if he could get out of it. It'd be interesting to see what Essendon get back, because he's clearly the best player by the Flemish and Straight. Um, and yeah, they'd have to be getting something pretty good back.
It's interesting though, because in like 2 years' time, as he like goes slowly downhill because he's closer to the end than the finish, Essendon, who won't let him go, or like he'd be doing the wrong thing by, if they're not flipping him for Harley Reid or something, I'll be very surprised. Like it'll turn pretty quickly on all these players.
Yeah. Although he did say he will play till 36, Merritt, didn't he?
He looks quite silky. He's got a bit of the pendles about him, like he just
Yeah.
covers ground comfortably.
Yeah.
Anything else with the trade stuff? TDK, massive money.
Malera, yeah.
Are you happy for him? Jealous about it? Angry about it? Where you at?
Well, actually, I've seen what Toby said about it. I agree with that a lot.
What
Um,
did he say?
he said that they're paying two blokes 2 million a year and another bloke 1.8 million. that means no one else is probably getting paid over the $1 million, and um, you could potentially get more players that are better in that $1 million bracket if you're not paying them too much. And it it does, although they are going after every man and their dog, just full credit to them. They do
Mm.
obviously do have a fair bit of cap space and things like that, but it does sort of. I am sort of with on Toby's side there, where if you do pay him a little bit less, you can get sort of someone, you can get an extra player that's really good. That's a top 20 player, 25 player, in your
But
team. So,
it's impossible
um,
though for them at the same time because
yeah,
they've got to pay to keep Malera because like other
yeah,
clubs are going to pay,
exactly.
and then
But
they
it's
and then because they pay, they're cursed. And if they don't pay him, their fans are going to just give up.
yeah, I think Malera was fair enough.
Mm.
Yeah, I just think 1.8 for Ruckman. No, just disrespect against Ruckman. Like Max Gorn's an absolute freak. But he's not on 1.8.
Mm.
Um, but yeah.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Did you watch any of the celebrity game, which allegedly was one of the highest viewed like football games this year on Channel 7?
Which is extraordinary. I've seen Stevie, my old coach, run around. Few blokes, yeah, jeez, they had to do something about those jumpers. I know that much. Yeah. Full credit to them. They're getting out there. I'll probably be looking like that anyway, so I can't say much. But Stevie kicked one of his nice goals from the pocket.
Mm.
Sirioli looks like he can still play.
Mm.
Um, Robertson,
McLeod looked like
yeah,
unbelievable for how old
McLeod,
he is.
yeah. Um, I thought Robertson was going to kill someone. Um, he still looks that psycho. Um, but Dave Hughes is still in hospital, I think.
Oh, but he was great. I
Yeah,
didn't watch it, but I watched it on like Twitter and that. Like he was good.
yeah.
Um,
It was they raised $1 million.
Dan Gorringe is just like a
Dan
star,
got
and he's changing media. Like he's
yeah,
changing
he's
it,
changed.
and for the better. Like he's
Yeah,
funny. Like he's outspoken. He does whatever he wants.
yeah,
Because it's a joke. You know, it's not like
yeah,
serious. Like he's a footballer. He's not a politician. The politicians are all fucked anyway. Um, he's where it's headed because no one expects AFL footballers to be the moral compass which we all follow to guide us to the right way to live. And he's a breath of fresh air, man. He's very funny. Big, thick boy. He doesn't have a
he got
choice. He does not have a choice. Like, you'll get away with it for a while, just with the rig and shape and size. You know, he doesn't have a choice. If he gets lazy and sloppy, it's going to blow out. Oh,
he's definitely not being lazy though. He's
oh,
massive.
outstanding. Full credit to him. Get a fix
Well,
this morning. We're
mm,
going just quickly to the horses. Tom's rolled around with a horse called Get a Fix. If you've watched the show, listened to the show for a long time, you know the horse we're talking about is trained by John O'Shea and Tommy Charlton. It's a grey horse, blue silks with a red sort of like South Melbourne V.
Carl
Uh,
Holt,
what's it called?
Carl Holt silks,
Carl Holt's Silks. It's
Zaki colours.
It's a horse that has one of the greatest hogs all time, and he had it on full display on debut at Randwick was it a 2-year-old?
Yep.
When he won down the outside, going like left and right, like zigzagging like a winger on the fast break. He's since had he's been gelded, he's been up, he's been down. He came and won a nice race for Tom, and we were debating like where would you go with this? What would you do with it? They put it away. They brought it back. It jumped out this morning, and I would say it's trialled Tom as good as a horse can trial. How excited are you, and what's the feedback been?
Yeah, me, Croc, and Paddy were all in the horse. We were out the coast. Actually started all right today, and then I
How'd you
watched
hit
it.
him? Yeah, I forgot to ask that.
Nah, well, 27, and I was poor. I was even. I think I was 8 points through 3 holes or something. 7 points through 3 holes. Watched Get a Fix a trial and lost all concentration. But um, he lost it.
Does Croc go better after the good news? I reckon he'd go better.
Nah, Croc was poor today. Me and him were poor. But we're 27 and we're really, really bad. I think Paddy had 32. He was pretty good.
What's Paddy on?
But 12,
Okay.
he's good. But he's just sort of a lot of upside. He's got like he hits a long ball.
Mm.
But
So
plenty
he's
to
one of
work
us.
with. No, not really.
Like me and Paddy, I mean.
Yeah, you were better. Yeah, you
Yeah.
fuck with. But yeah. Anyway, get a fixes trial. Just J Mac rang me before and sore as fuck biceps. Um, Potentially out this week. Not going to be able to ride at the Randwick. Because he's that sore.
Really?
But yeah, if you want to go if you want to go watch, like you don't get much of a better trial.
What was it? Trial.
Enriched
Was
and
it
trial 10, I think.
trial 10?
Enriched, who's was chased down by Autumn Glow, beaten a length or two. He's on an Everest path. Was against that, so it was no slouch trial. There was a fair
Oh,
few. There's a group listed horses in there.
I think it was Sandpaper that let it up and was ridden.
Yeah, and we were nearly in the car park, and yeah, still come home well and through the line. But so it's only a 740-meter trial. We've got another trial, and then we'll go into a benchmark 94 first up at
Oh,
Randwick.
it's all figured out. So there's one more to come. Stay tuned. A while off. I reckon that's just about us for a catch-up edition of the Early Crow. Paps is alive. He's thriving. He's going nowhere. We're praying that Charlie or someone. We could have thrown a few other names up there, but we won't. We're hoping that the list fattens up. But Tom's off to Inzid. And the AFL Finals kicks off this week, which we forgot to speak about, should we?
Yeah, we probably should.
Thursday night, 7:40, Adelaide. Your favourite ground, Adelaide Oval. The Crows' favourites against the Pies, and who has just become your man, Hoyne. A little bit of lead in the pencil for the Pies. What's your read?
Really? I actually looked at the game to Savo, and I don't even know who's going to win them. To be honest, I reckon this is the most even I've ever seen it.
It's like the benefit
Um,
of such a shit season of football.
yeah, it's the upside for Collingwood is the experience, been there, done it. The downside is the away. Adelaide Oval, they haven't lost there much this year. And for Adelaide, I think they've got to settle early. I think a couple of times this year they've sort of been jumped in big games, and then they've clawed their way back. But in finals, it's hard to do, and you probably can't do that. So they'll need to start Adelaide and sort of settle the nerves. Obviously, first final for most of them. Not many have probably played finals. Dawson probably played Tex, yeah.
So if you're Adelaide, you're coaching Adelaide, you just want like 24-22 quarter time scoreline, something like that. Like we
Yeah,
haven't lost it, we're right in it.
yeah. I think if Adelaide are even
A goal
even
down.
yeah, if they're just within the hunt at three-quarter time, the Adelaide Oval will be rocking, and it's bloody hard to win over there when the team's
Yeah,
coming.
people think Collingwood supporters are like, yeah, go to Adelaide Oval in the packed house. Now, is there anything that the ex-Swan great Matthew Nicks will do tactically, you think, to sort of make sure that it's like they're in it like that, or will he just let it flow?
Oh yeah, it's interesting because their defense is so elite. Like they hold up well. Their defense. Um, it's going to be interesting that like Keezy. Um, Does he go to Josh Dacos? He might go to Josh Dacos, I reckon, as the defensive forward.
Mm.
As a half backer. But yeah, I think their defenders are going to be under the pump the Pies. With the keys they've got. If it's a nice night, I think if it's a nice night, I'm leaning towards Adelaide. I'd have Adelaide on top.
Just because the big thickies with a bit of ball movement will just get out and get strong, like Big Texan, the
Mm,
the big Riley.
yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be a close game though. I reckon should be a close game.
Do you still have much to do with Dawson?
Nah, not much, no. But bloody good player, good
Very
captain.
good player. Another one we lost. Friday, 7:40, MCG, Cats, host the Lions. Um, this is a fascinating contest. Even just about Cats slight favourites. Lions pumped them down at Geelong last time they met. I don't know what to do here. I really don't. Particularly if Geelong do the Sam Mitchell play of just letting Zorko just kick into himself every day.
Yeah, it's another good game. I'd nearly lean to Brisbane.
That's what I'm
Actually,
thinking.
actually, I don't know. It's another good game. Brisbane has still got a few injuries. Is Neil back? Like, all those.
He's supposed to come
Hitwood.
back, but you don't know yet. But I think just like what you're saying is how you feel, and you're going to get they're the outsider, so you can't not know what you want to do and then fall into the favourite.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's a huge game. Like, if Brisbane win,
fantastic, eh? Like,
if Brisbane win, I think they'll play off in the grand final. I don't think anyone will beat them at the Gabba, in a prelim final. Where the Cats, it might be neutral. Like, if Pies lose, they might head to the MCG, and it's pretty much a home game for them. So
that's the AFL for you. I mean, sorry, AFL for you.
If
Like,
you
Collingwood
are
lose and then win, they will then play the winner of the first prelim away from home at their home ground to then play the Crows again, say, at home while the Crows travel. It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. Like, I actually do feel so. Like, I do, but I don't. But if you're Geelong, you're fuming. You got 40,000, but then if it was played at the Gabba, that's got 35 or 30,000.
Oh, mate, like...
But you have to go to the
followed the
MCG.
Swans for 37 years. People hammer us about Kohler. Or we got banned from trading for 2 years because we got Kurt Tippett and Buddy in 2 years in a row. What about this? Is this not an actual advantage or not? Like, I don't know. Anyway, back on topic. What a game this is. Saturday 3:15. How dare the AFL? If Gill was in charge, he wouldn't have done this just when the racing was getting hot.
Yeah.
3:15, the Giants host the Hawks. The Hawks pay one of the great fines all time for not stealing a win when the Lions couldn't kick straight the other night. Because they could have had a top 4 spot. Nah. Go out to Homebush and take on the Giants and Toby Green. That's grim.
Yeah, they'll be tough to beat out there. Another great game. There's talk Hogan's back. Toby Green's just in elite form. He might single-handedly put them on the back and take them to the promised land. So, I don't know. I'll be leaning towards the Giants. They're in good form, but Hogan helps them a lot.
And then we finish off on Saturday night. The Dockers host the Suns. The Dockers, I watched it. I think I might have done the potty with Far after these games. And the Dockers Dogs into the Lions Hawks. It was a great day of footy. The Dockers were very, very good. Like, very, very good. And there's a bigger, younger version of you, and he plays up in the forward line for the Fremantle Dockers. Voss.
Vossy, yeah. He loves the
He's got a bit
goal.
of a pap dog about him, hasn't he?
Yeah, I like him. It's good. He's a big, thicky, big crashes pack. Looks like he has a crack. Yeah, I'd be leaning. See, Freo's, they can play some good footy, but they can also play be inconsistent. But their best is really good. I think if they get their midfield gets going, great midfield battle. I'd be leaning Freo over there.
Yeah, I think the home ground advantage is key. But I agree with you. They're like a horse that you don't know if you're going to get like the big rating or just a big dust run.
Yeah.
All right, that's AFL Finals. We'll be back next week, or we won't be because Tom will be away.
You and Praddy might have to do it.
Yeah, we'll be back for week 2. Just remember, punters, that Praddy's a big Pies man, and they're all gone very, very quiet. Expect a lot of noise should they upset the Crows on Thursday night. They'll come out of the little caves they all hide in. The footy's hot. It's a great final series, and I can't wait to consume it. I hope you enjoyed this episode of The Early Crow. Hope we didn't offend anyone. Hope we didn't say anything we should have. This is going to be lightly edited, so if we did, we apologise. Have a phenomenal week. Behave yourselves. Gamble responsibly. And we'll see you on Saturday for Eyes on Ponies, where we've lost the last 2 weeks, so you know what's going to happen on Saturday. Don't miss it.
Bye for now.